great college hockey game to watch. There were times when each team had a lot of possession in the other team's zone, a lot of good opportunities. I thought both goaltenders played great, and it was pressed right to the end. They get the power play goal to tie the game up, and then we get the 2-on-1, nice break and great play. Wysocki jumping in the play creates the 2-on-1, and Chiasson takes a shot and gets it by him. So we've played Northeastern twice this year. We've gotten 2 goals total against them. And we attempted 80 shots tonight, and I think we attempted 86 shots the last time we played them over in their place. So we have had some opportunities against this goaltender, and he has played extremely well against us. I thought he played great tonight. I thought our goalie played great, and he made an unbelievable save at the end of the game when they were pressing us and had the tying goal again on their stick, and he made a great save. If you look at the score sheet, you see there were a lot of opportunities and a lot of time of possession and good grade A shots in the first period by both clubs. But after that, we really limited them to how many grade A shots we gave up. And considering we had a 5-on-3 and a 5-on-4 power play against us in the third period, we only gave up 4 shots in the third period. So that's real solid defense. That's a great effort by my team. When I thought we could have get jumpy, because when they tied it up, instead we made sure we played thorough and we played smart. A real satisfying win for us, I think, not only to get to the Beanpot final, but to get a real solid effort from everybody and play well again after the way we played against UMass last week.
Questions for players, please. Scott.
Alex, as a kid growing up in Quebec, I'm curious, when did you first become aware of the Beanpot's existence, even? And then talk about how this, scoring the game winner tonight, how this ranks for you in your hockey career as a thrill.
Actually, the first time I've heard about the Beanpot was when I was playing at Northwood Prep School. And I guess it's different when you actually play here than when you just hear about it. So it was a great experience tonight, and it's a great feeling to get that win first game, and then we're playing BC next week. And on that goal, Dave just came back on the back check, passed it to me wide, and I saw Zach going hard in net, and I just went short side, so that's what happened.
Okay, right down.
Tim Rosenthal, Inside Hockey. This is for Kevin and or Colby. Can you talk about what went well defensively for your squad, especially in the third period where you limited it to Northeastern to only 4 shots on goal?
Well, I think we kind of just have been bearing down a lot more in front of our own net. On there, we're kind of limiting other teams' second opportunities, and I think we did a great job of that in the third. And it also comes from, our forwards are coming back harder, and teams aren't really getting those odd man rushes that we were kind of giving up earlier in the year.
Right down here, first row.
Jake Sander, Daily Free Press. Kev, can you just kind of walk us through from when you guys had the 5-minute power play through that, then you took the 2 penalties right at the end there, just sort of what the mentality on the bench was? Did you guys catch yourself on your heels at any point there?
No, I think as far as the power play went, we had a bunch of chances, and like Coach alluded to before, the goaltending tonight was just great. So, I think we weren't, kind of disheartened after not getting one on the power play or anything, but I think normally once we get 2 penalties, we earlier in the year we would have probably crumbled, but I think we've just been playing with a lot of confidence lately, and I think we went out there and we knew we could kill the penalty off, and we did a great job on the 5-on-3, and unfortunately the kid got a nice shot through and went in, but again, we responded well after that and came back with Alex's goal.
Questions for Colby? Anybody's have questions? Right down here, first row. Mike, we'll get to you.
Colby, just talk about your goal and the movement that led to that.
Power play, move the puck around, and I was just fortunate to be the one who shot it. Couldn't hurt anyone. It was just a lot of good movement, and I think Nick threw it cross box to Connolly, and anytime there's a cross-box pass, it disorients the penalty kill. And, Chris made a great little pass onto me, and, I shot the puck back far side and was lucky enough to sneak it through his arm.
Mike, you got a question?
Well, it looked like a real shallow angle for you. How kind of awkward was that? I mean, did you think you were going to get, a piece of that and get it by him from that angle?
Well, we practiced that a lot in practice. I mean, me and Chris Connolly sort of switch off and on from the half wall goal line position, and I kind of practice it with Kev and some of the guys taking shots from those weird angles, and guys have been really looking for me down there this year, so I've just been fortunate enough to find the back of the net lately.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Can you talk about the penalty you took that put them in that two-man advantage, and then 7 seconds away from killing yours off and they get the goal?
Yeah, I just stepped up on the guy, and I guess I made contact with him when his back was turned to me. So the ref calls it like he sees it, whether we agree or not. So.
Any last questions before we let the players go? I'm sorry, back there.
For Kevin or Colby, Alex's first game in the Beanpot, he has the game-winning goal. If you guys can think back to your first Beanpot, what it was like to play in front of a crowd like this in the story tournament?
I think I remember my first Beanpot. We played BC in the late game. So obviously the emotions are pretty high, and it can definitely put you back on your heels and force you to play a little timid. But I think all of our freshmen played great tonight, and I think that's due to the fact that we've played in a lot of big games this year, and it's really going to help us down the road, and obviously will get us ready for next Monday night as well.
Yeah, I agree with him. I really think that the freshmen were all good tonight. They've played at big venues. I don't know how many people exactly were at Fenway, but that was a pretty big crowd, and they've done the Madison Square Garden game. But I play with a freshman. He plays with a freshman, and those guys are great tonight. And obviously the forwards all did a good job. So the freshmen have been playing a big role.
Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Questions, please, for Coach Parker. Jim.
Jackson Conley from US College Talking Online. Can you talk about the ability to get back when the numbers were in your favor? It seemed like a lot of times where Northeastern forced the turnover up high, and your defense was able to get back into the play and not let it turn into a 3-on-2 or a 2-on-1.
I don't know if it was Coley or Shetty, one of them referred to the fact that we're playing much more thorough defensively. We're playing a lot more without the puck. And I think that helped us out. And also, a couple of times they would have been a 2-on-1 because the defensemen, the way we have to play them is we try to take away their stretch. The penalty that Colby got, he played it exactly the way we want to play it. They like to rim it around the boards and just chip it out. We tell our defenseman, get right up on that guy. And you get right up on him, and the guy turned his back and he fell. I thought it was the correct call. I don't mean it that way, but Colby was doing exactly what we wanted him to do. And when that happens, our wing has to get back and back up Colby, or back up any defenseman that does that. And a few times we didn't give up 2-on-1s because we had the forward coming back almost looking like he was going to play defense for us. A couple other times we turned the puck over just inside their blue line and they jumped the other way. And we had our defense backing off, and we also had somebody quickly just recognize imminent danger and jump into the play to get into the back check. And the thing I like most about my team's defense of the initial rush tonight was there was a lot of communication. There were people pointing at people, there were people talking about who's got who. And that's something that we've gotten a lot better at lately. So all in all, it was a thorough part of our game tonight.
Scott?
Alex has been on first couple lines much of the season, right from the very beginning, and obviously caught your eye right off the bat and was probably the team's leading scorer, I think, the first few weeks. So talk about the kind of seasons he's had. He hasn't scored that much for a while, but I know you've still been pretty happy with his play.
Yeah, first of all, he jumped up right off the bat. I think he got 2 goals in the first 2 games, or I think he got 2 goals in the first game. But he took a little bit of a slump, I thought, in November and wasn't playing as well as he had been earlier. He seemed to be questioning how hard he should go offensively as opposed to where he should be defensively. And I think freshmen have a hard time getting acclimated to realizing that, hey, it seems like we're asking you to do a lot defensively, but really if you just take care of A, B, and C, and A, B, and C really aren't that complicated, then you can go be who you are. And I think he's much more comfortable in his defensive role. Megan's much more comfortable in his defensive role. They know they can do what they're supposed to do there, do what the coaches want them to do, and then go be who they are hockey-wise. If he didn't score tonight, I thought he had a heck of a game tonight. He had the puck a lot. He was controlling the puck along the wall. He was making some good passes. He was getting the puck out of the zone and made a couple of great back checks. But for him to get the winning goal, obviously, was a feather in his cap and something he'll remember. I'll remember.